Okay.
My name is Reifenrath, and I'm here to talk about good workplace manners. It may seem that times have changed. The line between what is acceptable and unacceptable can be confusing. There is a new generation bringing with it a more casual attitude. However, business etiquette, for the most part, has remained the same. Tonight, what I will cover are things you should always do in the office and things you should never do. First off, things you should always do. Always be respectful and courteous. Use your basic manners in daily conversation. Say please, thank you, and you're welcome whenever necessary. This may seem obvious, however, if you forget to say thank you, people remember. Always knock on a coworker's door before entering their office. Even if their office door is already open, it's a good idea to still knock. And practice teamwork. Offer to help your coworkers as much as possible. Learn their job duties and brush up on your computer skills. In today's economy, offices are oftentimes understaffed. Coworkers will appreciate the help and it will make you an asset to the company. Also, do your best to arrive on time. This includes both work and meetings. Always maintain all shared items in the same condition you found them in. For instance, if you borrowed a stapler, return it with at least a few staples left in it. If you've used a printer, load it with paper for the next person. And if equipment stalls or jams while you are using it, take the time to undo the jam or alert the proper person to fix it. Always be discreet when coughing or yawning. Yes, these are basic human functions that we all have and are oftentimes hard to control, but they are unhealthy, so cover your mouth. Always be sensitive to scents and smells around you. Avoid perfume and cologne at the office. Save these for social events. Take precaution when eating at your desk. Avoid eating at your desk altogether if you are working with the public. If you do eat at your desk, be careful of foods with strong odors, such as onions and garlic. And when you are finished, dispose empty containers where they won't contribute negatively to the office. And always be patient and tactful with rude people. It is never okay to be rude to someone despite what they may have said or done to you. It is best to try to be helpful. And remember, we all have a bad day, so try not to take it personally. Always keep your workspace clean and tidy. Keep in mind, if an important client or a member of management were to walk by your desk, you don't want to give the impression that you are unorganized and do not care about your work. Also, it can be irritating to coworkers that have to work around you. Always clean up after yourself. The office kitchen is oftentimes the #1 source of coworker tension. So take the time to clean up spills, throw away your garbage, and wash up after yourself. If you borrowed something from the kitchen, wash and return it when you are finished. Always monitor the volume of your conversations. Has anyone down the hall from you ever commented on a conversation you had? Chances are you were too loud. This is disruptive to those who are trying to work or talk on the phone and is all around disrespectful. Always follow the company's dress code. It is a good idea when starting a new job to find out what the company's dress code is. You can normally find this in the employee handbook or get a copy from Human Resources. If you see others that are not following the company's dress code, that does not make it okay. A good rule of thumb is to dress as professionally and conservatively as the job calls for. And although it is a good idea to get to know your coworkers, Make sure that all conversations and emails are appropriate for work. Remember, a joke or situation that you may find funny could be offensive to someone else. Always apologize if you are clearly in the wrong. Take responsibility for your mistakes and do what you can to correct them. When in doubt, apologize anyways. It's not that big a deal. And lastly, respect coworkers' privacy. Do not read others' faxes, emails, computer screens, or other mail. If you pick up something that does not belong to you, return it to that person and apologize. Next, things you should never do in the office. First, never blow or pop gum. It is annoying and appears unprofessional and juvenile. Never put makeup on at your desk. Personal appearance is important, but it should be done before work. It implies that you have no time to be bothered or are not ready for work. If you must put makeup on at work, use the office restroom. Never make negative or sexist comments about a coworker's clothing. Clothing styles may have become more casual, and in some cases may even be inappropriate for work. However, it is still not okay to make fun of someone or make inappropriate comments about their clothing. This could have serious consequences and in some cases could lead to termination. Next, do not try to sell things to your coworkers. If you are asked about something that you sell or something that your child is selling, it is probably okay, but it must be done on your own time, not on company time. Never gossip about any coworker's private life. Gossiping can be tempting and oftentimes hard to avoid, but it leads to hurt feelings and can create an uncomfortable work environment, and is oftentimes untrue. You don't want to be perceived as a troublemaker or someone who is immature. And lastly, never argue with management. If a boss criticizes your work, ask specifically what it is that you did wrong and what you can do to correct it. If you disagree, discuss it amicably. If he or she is adamant, it is best to defer your comments. Remember, the boss always gets the benefit of the doubt. Some of these guidelines of office etiquette may seem basic or even obvious, but they are important to follow. And the truth is that the lack of social graces and rudeness have become all too common in the workplace. Especially in a struggling economy, if you want to be successful in business, you will want to brush up on your business etiquette. I believe that if you follow these rules, you will do just that. Thank you for coming. Do you have any questions or comments?
What are your thoughts on personal cell phone use?
Cell phone use is a part of our daily life now. A couple things you want to be careful of is one, ringtones. There are a lot of silly ringtones, and you want to make sure that you don't have something that's inappropriate or will be disruptive to your coworkers. Maybe best to put it on vibrate. If it's a personal conversations should always be taken outside of the office.
What about use of computers for personal Facebook or personal email?
I would strongly suggest that you not use Facebook during company time or other social media outlets. Those are better left on your own time.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and you have a good evening.